Hey everyone, Half Phase Rewind here. I'm finally back in another video for you guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use First Order to beat all the TRAYA meta teams right now that you might be seeing that are really popular. I'm going to be doing 3 gameplays of the teams you probably have in your shards. It's really fun, and depending on the matchups, you're probably going to want to sometimes switch out First Order Stormtrooper for tunes like Thrawn, Nihilus, CLS, all those good tunes that are very beneficial. One battle I am going to use a full First Order lineup, and it works pretty well. The main key points of this team is turn meter removal. 2 tunes can do this in this team, which is First Order Officer with his 3rd move, Pinning Shot. He removes 50% turn meter. He could also swap turn meter, which is great, so he acts like Thrawn in a sense. And also Fox can remove turn meter, which is awesome, and he dispels with his death sentence attack, which is great. This is basically those 2 tunes that are going to be utilized quite a lot in these matchups that you're going to see on screen. Kylo Ren is pretty awesome too. He can stun, but against Sith it doesn't really matter. Like tunes that are not Sith, it's really good against. The most biggest move that you're gonna use from this character is Lash Out, because it gives 25% turn meter to your First Order ally, so you're gonna be going quite a lot with this team, as you guys will see. So it's pretty awesome. That's pretty much the gist of this team. I'm going to be going over the mods as the gameplay goes, speeds and stuff like that, but generally, yeah, should be pretty good, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get started with this video. As you guys can see on screen here, these are all the speeds that are in play for this particular matchup. Ideally, you want to have First Order Officer going always first, even outpacing their own Thrawn. And remember, from KRU's lead, you get 30 plus speed, so First Order Officer actually goes 289 speed, outpacing that Thrawn by 8 speed. So that's pretty good. So that's ideally what you want to do. The other speeds don't matter too much. And yeah, so let's get going with this battle. So with First Order Officer, you always want to give turn meter to, or swap turn meter with Fox, but in this case I'm gonna go ahead and give it to KRU, because I could actually go ahead and stun right away, so Thrawn doesn't do any of his turn meter swaps or fractures. You don't want to deal with that. Basically, you want to control the battle. And like I said, the cool thing about this team is you can remove turn meter. Like, it's nothing new, but I just wanted to show you guys that this team can actually beat all the TRAYA teams out there if you practice and you execute the moves correctly, stuff like that. So you want to take care of Palpatine first, actually, while controlling Thrawn at the same time. You want to take care of the tunes that are basically outside the triumvirate circle, at the same time controlling the turn meter on the triumvirate, especially Scion, so he doesn't go into Superman mode where he keeps reviving himself every time he dies. You don't want that to happen, but most of the time he actually will go eventually into Superman mode. So there you go. We took out Palpatine from their team. Now we just basically need to take care of Thrawn, hopefully. Not quite there yet, but we're gonna soon take out Thrawn. And notice how I'm actually trying to control Sion's turn meter. I'm gonna go ahead and use I opted to actually take out Thrawn, so he's not a problem, but I could have used First Order Officer's 3rd move to actually remove turn meter from Sion, but it didn't matter. The priority was to take care of Thrawn, so he doesn't fracture and stuff like that. So we're looking actually pretty good so far, besides our First Order Stormtrooper being down. But the cool thing with KRU's lead is they're gonna regain protection and health when they get debuffs and buffs, I believe. So that's pretty cool. So that's one of the cool things about First Order teams. So now I'm gonna try to take care of TRAYA, so we could take care of Nihilus easy, so we can actually start stunning him once TRAYA is gone. I'm gonna try removing turn meter from Nihilus so that he doesn't go ahead and annihilate us. TRAYA is almost down. We're gonna use Lash Out with Xylo so we could get turn meter for our team, and that's pretty much it. This is how easy it is. Obviously RNG will come into play always, but if you guys execute these moves correctly and you have a relatively fast First Order Officer, I can guarantee you're probably gonna win if you execute all the movesets correctly. So let's move on to the next team. So for the second battle, as you guys can see on screen, all the speeds are there. They're pretty much the same, besides my Thrawn. I put Thrawn in instead of First Order Stormtrooper. So he goes at 260, pretty slow compared to their Thrawn. But yeah, so with this particular team, with EP led teams, you're probably going to want to use Thrawn because it's really hard to use a full First Order lineup. So let's get going. So against this particular composition with EP led TRAYA teams, you really need to be careful because EP, if your team gets debuffs and they get rid of the debuffs, EP, that particular team is gonna get a bunch of turn meters, so it can go south. So that's why I'm using Thrawn in here instead of First Order Stormtrooper, because it's a lot harder. It's possible, but it's like I lose like most of the time against EP led teams. But with Thrawn just makes it work. I mean, the same thing applies with this team. You gotta always swap turn meter with Fox, remove turn meter, stun with KRU, use lash out with Zolo to get turn meter for your team. With Thrawn, you want to always fracture and fracture Scion so he doesn't even make a move, and hopefully he doesn't go into Superman mode, and that's it from there. EP is gone already, Thrawn's gone already. The cool thing about EP, like the EP led lead is really powerful, but it's not as powerful as TRAYA in the sense that, because TRAYA is like, it's gonna, her lead regenerates health and it just counters the speed meta, whereas EP led teams are basically all about speed. And once you get rid of that, and I already got rid of their Nihilus basically, and it's just over from there. Yeah, it's pretty much over. Now I just need to take care of TRAYA. Hopefully Scion doesn't go into Superman mode. In this case, you can actually prevent him from not going to Superman mode, but like right now in this particular case, it's okay if he does. It doesn't really matter. You just need to take care of TRAYA. You gotta be careful of their opposing TRAYA because she actually can one shot. If you want to have a clean win with no losses of any of your characters. But yeah, basically once TRAYA is gone, we could just put this on auto and go ahead and call it a day. But anyway, so just remember, just like a little recap, remember to always swap turn meter with Fox, use lash out with Zolo, stun as much as possible with KRU. KRU is probably pretty much not going to taunt most of the time, which sucks because he's always going to get annihilated anyways. And use fracture against Scion with Thrawn. That's pretty much it. For modding, you basically want to go ahead and give all speed besides a Fox. Fox, you can give speed, but you need to give him critical chance. You want to give him critical damage and critical chance, ideally with good speed. KRU, you want to go ahead and do critical damage, critical chance. In this particular gameplays, I have him modded for offense, but it's I still managed to win. So, but ideally, you want to do critical damage, critical chance for Xylo. Thrawn, obviously speed. First Order Officer, speed, of course. And KRU, you want to go ahead and do speed with a bunch of protection and health. So that's pretty much it for the modding, and let's move on to the last gameplay. So as you guys can see on screen, for this last matchup, these are all the speeds. The only difference is obviously I'm using Nihilus on my own team to counteract this team because I just need the more dispelling, controlling the battle, stuff like that to, counteract their Nihilus. Because Sith Trooper it's just like annoying tank. He's gonna always taunt, which is gonna be really annoying, and it's gonna like prevent me from removing turn meter and stunning Thrawn, and removing turn meter from Scion and stuff like that, and controlling the battle. So these guys will see. So yeah, let's get started. So first and foremost, you always want to swap turn meter with Fox so you can get rid of that nasty pre-taunt from Sith Trooper, stun Thrawn, go ahead and use lash out from Xylo to give turn meter to your ally First Order characters, and basically their Nihilus is gonna go first always because of the triumvirate turn meter manipulation. Doesn't even matter if you're your Nihilus is faster than their Nihilus. Their Nihilus is pretty much gonna always go first with force drain, but that's okay because when my Nihilus goes with his force drain, he's gonna basically control the battle from there, which makes this battle a lot easier. Nihilus kind of like makes up this team and makes it work, I'm not gonna lie. But same mechanic, you always want to remove turn meter, and notice how in this particular gameplay, I'm always trying to remove turn meter from Scion so he doesn't do too much, doesn't inflict pain too much, stuff like that. And in the background, we're actually doing pretty good damage with lash out to take care of their Thrawn, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and remove Turn Meter. I wanna go ahead, ideally swap Turn Meter with Nihilus when Nihilus has an Annihilate ready, and hopefully there's no taunts in between that. So Nihilus is gonna go, his next move is gonna be an Annihilate, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap Turn Meter and gonna go ahead and Annihilate with Nihilus. So that's ideally how you want this to go. Sometimes there's gonna be taunters like Scion, but that's okay. You can go ahead and Annihilate Scion, and it's gonna be kind of easy from there, and you can take care of Thrawn afterwards and then go ahead and take care of, you know, the other tunes. It's not gonna be a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's actually not that bad. Now this actually makes this team work with, you know, his own Annihilate. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is how you beat the TRAYA meta with First Order you know, squad. Go ahead and try it out. You know, this is one of my favorite squads I always love using for fun, and it can actually beat the, you know, the TRAYA meta. So let me know if you guys like this video. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.